Well, hello there, folks. Let me see. We're getting close to Christmas here. And as it gets closer, I just want you to know every year on the 24th of December, my thing to do. Now, years ago, it used to be wrapping tons of gifts. One year I blew my back out just sitting there wrapping gifts. I don't know how you do that, but I did it. Had to have Doc Hanson, do the adjustment thing. Could hardly get out of the car. But every year, no matter what, I watch It's a Wonderful Life. It's always on December the 24th. It's always the last thing I do before I go to bed. And I've often asked myself, why does that movie mean so much to me? I'm not trying to spiritualize it. It's not like, The Chosen or anything like that, where it just speaks of the Lord and I'm trying to figure out all the detail. It's really not like that. It's all about the person, the main character, George Bailey. This person that struggles through life and sees very little return, seemingly, who doesn't necessarily get, the pat on the back or the acknowledgement of all that he's done for others. In fact, oftentimes what he gets back is frustration. And seems like he's never able to achieve the greatness that he once aspired to. And having that vision, that aspiration for greatness, kind of, can I say it, destroyed, kind of decayed all around him. Wanted to be a builder of bridges, a builder of cities. Ends up being a person that makes sure that another poorer person, a person who has very little, has a roof over their head. And how at the end, that's what is the testimony of his greatness. The fact that what he achieved by showing compassion to others and caring for others and being concerned for them, perhaps sometimes even above himself. Now, I know lots of people today are doing many things, but let me just say, maybe your life is like many lives. Maybe your life is, I think we can all say, we've never really achieved all the things that we thought we were going to achieve, never done all the deeds that we thought we were going to do, didn't make the wave that we thought we would make. But we've just faithfully served Christ. I hope this time is a time where you just reflect on the fact that anything that you've done to another, you've done it unto Jesus. Just as he said there in Matthew 25 and verse 31 and on, if you've done it unto the least of these my saints, you've done it to me. That much of our recognition doesn't come from what another person says about us. It comes from what our Lord sees in our heart. That the kindness that we show to others speaks through that act to those that are around us. I was the most touched in my life by a little lady that had huge bunions on her feet. In her shoes, she had to cut holes in the side of them so that she could wear them. And her hands were all crippled and arthritic. She had high blood pressure. She ended up having a stroke in her early 70s. That's what took her. Who worked her heart out for us as grandchildren and her children, and never stopped caring. And her husband was just a salt of the earth type of person. The commonality of their acts, just the normality of their life, was so abnormal to everything else at that time in my life that I saw around me, that it spoke volumes. It's something that I've always aspired to. The people that have had a spiritual impact in my life are people that weren't necessarily the greatest achievers. They were the most personal people, the ones that cared for individuals and showed that great care through investment, through time, through effort. I think when we get to heaven, that's what's going to count. Maybe today we can just try and be a George and Mary Bailey. Just two people, just raising their family and serving their community and doing the best they can to care for others and show that concern. And not worried about what other people think, or even if they achieved all the dreams that they thought they should have achieved, because they've just faithfully done what God has asked of them, just very faithfully. And you find out, when it's all said and done, it truly was a wonderful life. I hope you take time to reflect on all the gifts that God has granted you with and blessed you with. And just simply do as it says in 2 Corinthians 9:15. It becomes like an unspeakable gift that we've had the privilege of being a part of God's program here on this earth. Whatever little portion we've had, we've been a part of something great, something that's eternal, lasts forever. Till next time, friends, God bless you.